Good morning. My name is K.Thomas, W1DED. Today I have with me Annabelle Hiraldo, KQ4IGV. Annabelle is a newly minted ham radio operator. She quickly went through her technician and then general exam and was recently licensed, but she's not new to ham radio. If anybody's been following Parks on the Air, particularly in the Dominican Republic, they would know David Lama, HI8D. And Annabelle has hung out with David at hundreds of activations, and I'm guessing at some point in time she just decided, hey, I'm going to get my license and join in the fun. Really excited to have Annabelle here. The hobby would definitely benefit from more women getting involved, and I'm really excited that she has been recently licensed. Annabelle, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Kevin, for the invitation to talk about this amazing experience that I had. I'm so excited.
So let's start with your activations with David, HI8D, because I've seen you on Instagram and I've seen you in a lot of the photos. It appears as though you've gone with him on a lot of activations. Tell me about that experience.
Well, we start because Ezequiel Prado, I don't know if you know Ezequiel, he invited David to an activation that was, I think, in pandemic in 2020. And I was there. David and I usually always do things together. And in that moment, I didn't like radio at all. For me, it was like, okay, what is that? But was interesting because was in a park, in an open space, and I like that. And David had almost 2,000 activations, and I think 30% I was with him. So this is an adventure, but I was like behind the scene. Now I decided to go out, and for me it's so risky, but so exciting because I talk Spanish. English is my second language, and almost all the activators are English, spoke English. So for me, it's oh my God, but I try.
Well, that's a lot of activations. I mean, I'm just doing the quick math. So that means you've gone on over 700, maybe close to 750 activations with David. That's really impressive. There's a lot of licensed hams in the U.S. that have not done that many activations. So that's pretty remarkable. So you took your test, I believe, in Tennessee. Is that right?
Yeah, the general. I took the technician first in Dominican Republic because we want to make a road together with both activators, David and I. So I got my technician. I have to say thanks to my radio club, of course, to my husband, is my best Elmer. I have the experience behind, but start to study for technician for me was exciting again. But David explained me all the terms that I didn't understand. So for me I have my teacher behind, at my side, so was perfect. My club, Dominican Society of Radio Amateurs, helped me to get the exam online, and I said yes, go. First, I got the first license here in Dominican Republic, but I can speak in United States with that license, and I say yes. So Tennessee was interesting because I had a lot of work in that time, so I can study what I wanted for take the general license. So when we got out from Miami to Ohio, I started to study. So David was in the road, and I was starting. I was, oh my God, can I get doing that? But and another thing interesting was the exams is supposed to be at 10 at night, and we mistake the hours. So when the hour of the exam was 2 hours before, and that was incredible. But finally, I did. In Tennessee, I got my general license.
Well, congratulations. That's super exciting. And I love this idea that you're driving from the Hamvention in Dayton all the way over to Tennessee and spending all that time studying. And I noticed also this morning that you do have a Dominican Republic call HI8AN. So were you licensed in the Dominican before the U.S. call?
I can, if you are Dominican and you have outside license, you can convalidate that license from outside here. So I got that, and now I got the general license from Dominican Republic. That for my new call signs. First was, oh my God, Kilo Quebec for India Golf Victor. Stroke Hotel India. I was, oh my God, too long. But night Hotel India 8 Alpha Delta.
And do you have plans to upgrade to amateur extra?
Yeah, of course, I want. So, but first I want to learn about CW and other stuff. But I want to take for the extra.
So tell me about the first several activations that you did once you were licensed. I just noticed last Friday, for example, you activated 5 parks, portable operations in Dominican Republic. Was it any different? Did it feel any different to you than what you had done before with David?
Yes, before I was more in my comfort zone. I could say that was taking pictures, making the videos, talking about the space where we are, historical site or parks, natural parks, and photos between David and I was so slow. So, but in the other meantime, I think, oh my God, that's Toby. I know Toby. November 4, Bravo Uniform November, always called David. So I start to learn, and if it's not me who is talking, it was David, but it's like it was together. So right now, I can talk with the people, and this feel amazing. Well, I'm not sure if I want to start with this hobby because I was in my comfort zone and I really enjoyed do that. But David started to say me, take the license, you come with me everywhere, take the exam, go for the license. And I went, no, I'm okay. I just first I was start to I did the login for David. Almost everything I know. But in Orlando Hamvation this year, David talked with Toby, and in one activation, she talked to me. And in United States, you can do third party. In Dominican Republic, that is not possible. So David passed the microphone to me, and I started to talk with Toby, and I was amazing. And many people call us, and I was excited. That was that moment because first I'm not getting into that. And I was fine because Toby was my first contact, but not but when David calls, I not with mine.
That's so great. So I want to ask another question that's not about ham radio. I understand that you're an architect, correct?
Yes, I'm an architect. I have degree in valorization and management of territory, cultural territories, and I work a lot of time, more than 15 years in that in heritage, cultural heritage, and management of urban management in Dominican Republic. So for me, was easy.
So tell us more about that.
Well, I I always like historic site from I was a little younger. I enjoy to go to historic site. We have Colonial City here in Dominican Republic. We have a lot of interesting places. So I would start to how we can do with that and how we can do with our natural parks too. So I decide when I finished my architecture degree, I decide to sometimes maybe I would like to work with that. So when David started to make Parks on the Air, for me was natural go with him because I was in my in the places that I want to know and that I want to visit because I love to travel. And in some way, I want to combine both things, the ham radio and to promote these places, because it's like to, hey, we are from Dominican Republic, or we are from United States, or we are from Italy, but we also have these amazing places, and I want you can to see that too.
Well, I love the connection between the work that you do in architecture and valorization, and the connection you're making with Parks on the Air. That's pretty fantastic. And what I have found personally, whenever I can have the other facets of my life intersect with this great hobby, it just makes it all that more enjoyable. So, Annabelle, what does the future hold for you? So, you've already mentioned you'd like to learn CW, you'd like to get your extra license. What are the things in ham radio or on the horizon for you?
I want to promote more women in radio, because what Parks on the Air specifically made for both, for Davey and me, like a couple, was amazing. Before Parks on the Air, I was with ham radio. Oh my God, again, another antenna, another equipment. All my house is like a big station. And I was, where's my place? This, but thanks to Parks on the Air, o sea, it's really amazing. Parks on the Air make that connections between our interesting. And I really enjoyed that time together like a couple. But in the other side, it's amazing, like it's for a family specifically. You feel that connection with people you never see in your life, and from different culture, different situation, and it's like we are all like a big family. I don't know if you understand, but I think more women here can make more difference and can bring this different view that we have, different from the men. The men, I think, is more focused on the technicians part, the equipment, okay, of course, make the contacts, and but women's, it's more like the contact, like the relationship that the this feel. And I think I want to do that. And of course, for couples, I think this is wonderful, because and for families, because pora, you can make it with your family, you can make it alone, you can make it with like a couple, you can make it with friends. It's an open hobby, and it's fantastic. And in the other side, of course, I want to travel. I love to travel. I It's my favorite part of all. I want to travel other countries and know more people, and do more different sparks.
Well, Annabelle, that was a great answer. And, first of all, I do understand what you're talking about when it comes to the ham radio family, whether it be Parks on the Air or the other niches in ham radio. I feel like I have so many friends around the country and actually around the world that I haven't actually met in person, but I feel as though I know them as well as any of my local friends. So I totally get it. I promise you I'll make it to Dayton next year. I really want to meet you and David and some of the other people. I was kind of envious looking at all the photos on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook from Dayton, and all these people I know really well through my ham radio activity, but I haven't met in person. And also, I want to say, I think that's a really admirable and impressive goal, that you want to try to do things to bring more women into ham radio. I think that that's absolutely a necessity, and I think women need more of a voice, and I applaud you for wanting to do that. I really appreciate you taking time today out of your schedule to be here with me. Really enjoyed the conversation, and I'm looking forward to having more contacts with you in the log. I know we spoke during the Parks on the Air plaque event, and I got you in the log then from
Yeah.
Acadia up in Maine. And unfortunately, I haven't been back out since then because of other responsibilities, but looking forward to having KQ4IGV. Got to work on that call sign. I look forward to getting that in the log again. Annabelle, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks to you, Kevin, for this invitation. For me, I really appreciate this opportunity to talk with you and our amazing audience. So thank you so much. And I want to say another things. I want to say thank you. To all the people that follow us, David and me, and for the support and for the encouragement behind you. This will be impossible. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle. I've been talking to Annabelle Hiraldo, KQ4IGV, also HI8AN in the Dominican Republic. I know you'll hear her on the air from one of the parks on the air activations that she does. You might meet her in Dayton or maybe in Florida where they spend a lot of time. Thanks again, Annabelle, for being with us today. And say hi to David for me.
Of course. I will. Thank you.